Okay, so this is a response to the Americans Just Screwed America video. Some of you agreed with me, but thought that was a little, you know? Um, Instead of ranting, I'm gonna try to explain to you so you understand step by step my reasonings. And maybe you'll educate yourself. And everything I'm saying, you could look up yourself on Google, and it's all reliable sources. You could easily find this stuff. Let's start off when he first went into office, right? Hope and change. You never said what hope and change was. You talked to everybody who voted for him, and you can look at this YouTube video. What's hope and change? What are the policies that you like about Obama? Everyone's like, they couldn't even mention one policy because he doesn't say any policies. He doesn't say anything. Then, when he gets into office, very first thing he does, raises taxes. Guess what that does? Creates less jobs. We almost got out of the recession in 2009. The Bush tax cuts were working. We were creating 70,000 jobs a month. A month. And then Obama raises taxes, jobs stop, and goes all the way down. Right? Then he does a program called Shovel Ready Jobs. $10 billion of taxpayers' money got put into this. It didn't even create 100,000 jobs. It was pathetic. It was a scam. Then he starts this whole green energy saga. And I'm not going to go through the list because it's literally insane. There's like 50 companies of greenhouse energy. And if you do the math and you total everything together, it's like $2.2 trillion that he gave away for green energy plans. All the companies went bankrupt, and before they went bankrupt, the CEO got big bonus checks. And all these guys were a part of Obama's campaign. He stole your taxpayers' money. Then, we have a Fort Hood incident. We have a terrorist that trained, got into the military, and was in Fort Hood. He killed 22 Americans. 22. And Obama? He doesn't say it's a terrorist attack. He said it's anger in the workplace. You're telling me that a Muslim jihad, wielding a gun, killing 22 soldiers, is anger in the workplace? Are you mentally ill? That's a terrorist attack. Then, he releases a top terrorist from Guantanamo Bay, and he says, you know what? I will let you go to Iran. This terrorist kidnapped, tortured, and killed 5 Marines. And Obama lets him free to Iran, which is a gigantic terrorist country, one of the biggest terrorist countries this world will ever see. 2 months later, that same terrorist that he releases to Iran kills 32 soldiers in Iraq. But see, that's Obama's policy. We be nice to you, we'll let you go. We won't lead from the front, we'll lead from behind, and I'll get into that later on in this video. But after that, you have the Christmas Day bombings. Somebody tried to jack a plane in Detroit and bomb the thing, and again, that's not a terrorist attack. Then he bails out the auto company, and he did like 3 bailouts. That a total, Guess how much this is? $1.3 trillion. So now you're up to $3.3 trillion of wasted money. Bush, in 8 years, $4 trillion. Obama, in 4 years, $10 trillion. In 4 years, compared to Bush's 8. Okay? Now it gets even worse. You have the Fast and Furious. President Obama gave the drug cartels on the Mexico borders, our borders, military-grade weapons, hundreds of weapons. They killed border security, and there was one gang who went to a children's party in Mexico and killed 18 children with American guns that we gave them. Exactly. Does that make sense to you? Why would you give guns to these people? Are you mentally handicapped? Are you trying to screw America? Now let's go to another one of his cover-ups. The top U.S. Army general in the United States, the CIA and the FBI was investigating a sex scandal. For over 1 year, Obama kept him. Now, when you have this scandal going on, he could get bribed from other countries to give him intel. It's a gigantic national security threat, and he leaves him there. That's just so bad you don't even know. But then it gets worse. On September 11th, anniversary, our embassy got attacked. We had 24-hour notice that it was going to happen. We had nothing set up. And the gunfight lasted 7 hours. Within 30 minutes of the fight, Obama gets a phone call from Ambassador Stevens, begging for his life, saying, "Please help me." Obama sitting in his little chair, watching on a drone, real-time feed of what's going on. Obama says no and hangs up the phone. Then a Navy SEAL team called Obama. Obama said no. Then the Navy SEAL team called again. And Obama said no. They called again, saying we could get there in 15 minutes. And then Obama said no. So the captain of the team snuck 2 members out of the security force to go there and try to help. Well, they survived 5 hours. They did a phenomenal job, but they couldn't do it themselves, and every one of them died. The Navy SEALs, to the ambassador, to the 2 security forces who were there helping the ambassador. I mean, it's a disgrace. Americans died because you didn't want to send anything there. You could have sent a mortar team, an airstrike. We had Navy ships right off the coast. We had Navy SEAL teams that could have took 15 minutes. We had, I mean, there's so many things that you could have done, but you didn't do. Why? For political gain. Why? Ambassador Stevens was there trying to do an arms dealing from Syria to get dangerous weapons out of their hands. And Obama, he doesn't want that to happen because he's a Muslim himself. So, what does he do? He doesn't try to save the ambassador. He lets him die. And then he blames it on a YouTube video. A YouTube video making fun of Muslims. And he apologizes to the Muslim terrorists out there, saying how horrible this video was. And I am sorry that there is a person like this who made this video. Are you out of your fucking mind? And then he tells the dad of the killed Navy SEAL, don't worry, we'll get that guy who made that YouTube video. What? Something called freedom of speech. We live in America. There's no laws saying you can't. And guess what? He's actually arrested now. Why? The NDAA bill Obama signed. If you are a terror suspect, you could get detained indefinitely. You won't have any rights. You won't have a trial. You're basically fucked. And Obama signed that on July 1st when everybody was partying for New Year's. Yeah. So, he's not charged with anything, but the guy's in some secret military base, probably getting tortured, detained right now, for making a YouTube video. How could it get any worse? Okay? Then, you have him right now, we're about to go off the fiscal cliff. And he wants to raise taxes more. How can you raise taxes more? That's going to destroy the economy. 1.2 million jobs have been lost since Tuesday night's election because of Obamacare. If these tax hikes go up, it's close to around another 2 million. You're going to have like 2.2 million jobs lost just because of Obamacare and tax hikes. And that's just these new tax hikes. The old tax hikes, what did I say? Fuck, I don't have the page up anymore. It was like 1.1 million or something like that. Like, the amount of jobs lost because of Obama's policies is literally ridiculous. Plus, Obamacare should have never got passed. It's socialism. It's against the Constitution. It's a horrible, horrible healthcare system. It was a tie vote. There was one guy left to vote. And he's about to make his vote, and then Obama calls it recess. Right? And then the last guy who placed his vote said, you know what, we'll pass Obamacare. A few hours later, he gets $500,000 in a Swiss bank account. Obama bribed him. Obama technically shouldn't even be the president because he was born in Kenya. He was not born in Hawaii. He was born in Kenya. He's a Muslim, a socialist. When he went to college in Harvard, the Muslim Brotherhood gave him money to go to college. That's why when Donald Trump said, I'll give you $5 million to release your college records, he said no. Because he doesn't want people to know the Muslim Brotherhood helped him, which is a terrorist organization he just put into power to Egypt, that he gave $30 billion this past year, that's supposed to be a democracy, that now turned into a dictatorship, and now he has full power. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. He is a disgrace to America, and a disgrace to this world. Like, really? Can you support this bastard? And I didn't even say half of the things I wanted to say because I'm running out of time. I will say one more thing before I go. And this is about the military. You say the military shouldn't be cut? Look back in the Civil War era. And look now. Think of Navy SEALs against little muskets, or against stuff like that. You would get like 5 deaths and you would kill like 1,000 people. The stronger military, Navy, and Air Force you have, the better off you are. He's cutting military money and giving it for food stamps, welfare, Obamacare, and free stuff for all the illegal immigrants. It's disgusting, and if you voted for Obama, you sold out your country for $30,000 of free stuff. You should be tried for treason, and you are a disgrace to America. Goodbye, until next time, I am NHL Goons.